Gary, was there anyone in your life that inspired you, that gave you the encouragement you needed, and was the example that you felt you needed at that time, that stood out from maybe other people that you've known?
Well, as far as the ministry goes, there's been quite a few different people that's inspired me to go on. One of the most was a man who I didn't know that well. I'd been around him a little bit. His name was Pastor Galbraith. He was, when I was just in 20, 21 years old, he was in his 80s. And I'd been at a pastor's retreat, and he'd come and he'd had to have both of his legs amputated, and he'd lost his eyesight, and I don't know how many other health problems that he had in his later years of life. In his younger years, in his up through his 60s, he'd been quite healthy. But I remember waking up one morning in the dorm and looking over, and he had both his little stubs up in the air, and he was working his legs, and he was just singing and praising the Lord and thanking God for a brand new day. And um, he, like I said, you start to talk to him, and he'd ask who it was because he couldn't see anymore. And he was always just so positive about serving God, despite how bad his circumstances got. And like I said, I didn't know him very well, but it just stuck in me, so deep in me, thinking, well, if he could praise the Lord in his situation, then I didn't have anything to complain about. And so it was very inspiring to me. And then there's been other older ministers who are basically just about all gone now and are with the Lord. And it was the same thing, that they had been quite healthy. Some were evangelists, some were pastors, some were teachers. And of course, as the body gets older, things would go wrong. But I saw in all of them this steadfastness, and it's almost like they knew they were getting at the end of their journey, and they were happy about it. I mean, they were ready to meet God, and they had such a peace. And so those are the kind of people that's always inspired me. Even as a little kid, I remember sitting with my father in the bar downtown. Uh, all the fishermen would be in there